Hey, hey, it's your girl Monique 69 Ways Johnson. I'm here to give my thoughts and commentary about the Unsung episode of Blaque that came on last Sunday. Um, yeah, they aired last. Yeah, it's been a week. It aired last Sunday. Episode Unsung of Blaque. It's been a while since I haven't watched Unsung. Period. It's been like years since I ever catch an Unsung. I mean, me and my mom back in the day used to watch Unsung faithfully. Um, we used to be glued to the TV every week to Unsung of some of our favorite celebrities or music groups, and as well as the show Uncensored that come on TV1. So yeah, TV1 is not the same as it used to be. Like back in the day, we used to watch TV1 faithfully in my house, like from the reality TV shows to the scripted shows. Me and my mom, we used to have a time, honey. Now it's TV1. I still tune in from time to time. Peek in, peek out. Because the only thing they air now on TV1 is Unsung and Uncensored. You might catch some reruns of Different World or some other, TV shows that they be showing on there. So TV1 is not don't have a lot going on besides Unsung and Uncensored. So yeah, I still tune in to see what they got going on from time to time. But I did tune in last Sunday of Unsung of Blaque. Um, this group, watching it, this group had some ups and downs, ups and downs. It was disheartening, and it was like I was getting frustrated as listening to it. So you imagine how they felt during that time. Um, I took some damn notes. I tried to at least bear with me, and I'm going off memory. Um, so on the episodes be always starting off going through the upbringing of each individual that's in the group. So they started off with Shamari, who is from Atlanta, Georgia, Decatur. How she grew up and how she got into music and stuff like that. Like she was 14. At 14, she formed a group, and that's when she met Latina Reed, um, who became part of the group later, of Blaque. She met Latina, I guess, when 14, 15 years old. Um, they just formed a group with some other young ladies. Um, and then they panned over to Latina. I did not know this about Latina, that she grew up in a strict Christian household. Her daddy was a pastor, and her uncle played instruments. I guess that's how she got into music. So she grew up in a strict Christian home. I did not know that. That was interesting to learn due to her, I don't know, her personality, her spirit. I didn't get Christian strict household, but yeah, Shamari had met a producer. They wanted to create a urban country group. It was called But Buutz. Uh, I don't know what that means. I don't know, if it's like an acronym or something, but it was a weird name for an urban country group. I don't even know what that means. She said it lasted a year, and the Tina was part of this group, but her dad, like in the middle of it, her dad snatched her out of the group due to secular music. It's secular music, so you know how the Christian household, strict Christian pastor daddy, they don't want their children to be listening or be a part of secular music at the time. So Yeah, so he snatched her out the group. Uh, Shamari kept going, trying to, get, her group be put on or a deal. So she linked up with, she connected with the vocal coach and manager, Cinnamon Robinson, who developed child acts on Star Search. And Cinnamon agreed to take on the girls who was in the group, who was still in the group at that time, as the talent. She developed them with a style, dance, vocals, the whole package. She gave them the tools for the whole package. And they showcased the group as Intrigue. Um, it was called Intrigue. That was the new group name. It was showcased. So they would, and then they would like go around to showcases, trying to get a deal. You know how it goes when you hungry and you trying to pursue this music career. So at one point in time, this is when they added Brandy. Um, she was 12 years old. She grew up in Detroit, Michigan. So her family is they have a musical background. Her family, her members of her family are well known. Like um, her grandfather on her mother's side is Bobby Rogers from The Miracles, and her auntie is 80 pop star Sherelle. Sherelle. Who sing that song? I think Saturday Love or something like that. It was that song that basically teach kids the days of the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, love. Yeah, that lady. So she was on there as well of this episode, speaking on Brandy to have like how her niece is so talented. And Brandy's father was part of a musical group called Rick Ran and Dan. So basically, her family has a musical background, so it was already innate in her um, musically, so wise. And at one point in time, before she even joined the group that Shamari had formed called Intrigue, she said Eric Sermon label was looking to signing her, but she joined Intrigue instead. So I think like I want to give it a year. I can't remember what time frame they said. So Intrigue couldn't get a record deal. Um, yeah, so a couple of days after the Intrigue broke up because they can't get a record deal. Um, they could was it a couple? I want to say I don't know how long it was. I don't know for a couple of days. So I just know it was a time period where Intrigue broke up. Um, this is when we get to back to Natina. Natina parents divorced. And this when she called Shamari with an opportunity to join her group. And then Shamari brought Brandy along for the ride. And Natina hooked up with Ronald Lopez, who was the brother of Lisa Left Eye Lopez from TLC. So that's how Lisa got involved because Natina had linked up with Ronald Lopez to help with this group. He has I think he has a management. Was it management company? The group was named after his management company. In '96, Blaque was formed. I didn't know the name of the. I didn't know that's how the name came about. I didn't know it was his management group name, so that was new to me. Ronald Lopez invited Lisa to get involved. He needed help with the group. Lisa, Lisa at that time she was well into her career with TLC. Um, Lisa met the group, so she decided to help. Lisa got them the 3 record demo. They did a 3 record demo. She got them the photo shoot, and she went off to New York. Trying to shop them to get a record deal. She They got a deal from Sony Music Chairman CEO Tommy Mottola within 6 months of forming the group. So they formed the group, and in 6 months they had got a record deal from Tommy Mottola, and Columbia Records called in Trackmaster to executive produce their first album, and then they headed to Chicago, and they headed to Chicago to work on the first, I guess, single or what have you. And guess who the popular producer was? Can you guess? No other than R. Kelly. He produced the song 808. Can you believe he's like, you cannot escape his music? Hey, Candy. Hey, Candy Love. How are you? Yeah, so 808, their first single, child, was produced by R. Kelly. Like, you cannot escape R. Kelly music, it seemed like. Yeah, so that was like their first single and their first hit. They took off, like, cause boom like an 808, you make it feel like a figure eight. Yeah, y'all know that song. So yeah, that was a bop. Yes, Candy. That's your favorite song. Yeah, that's a bop too. Uh, yeah, so it was written and produced by R. Kelly along with Natina, because Natina she writes as well because she do her raps. So that was like their first single. It shot up the top 10 charts in pop and R&B. So that was good. They was on like 16 to 18 years old at that time. So yeah, so the single went platinum. That's how good it was. So they really took off. And then they went on tour. Um, they went on tour, and then Brandy's father. I did not know this. Brandy was the youngest, so she was 16 at the time. And her father like, if I can't go on tour, she can't go on tour because she at that time she's still a minor, and I don't blame him. And he is part of musical background because he was in his group, and then the her auntie is Sherelle, so they know the music industry. So he's like, if I can't go, she is not going. And I'm like, you damn right, because they know what goes on the road, and she's a minor, so anything could happen. So, and I don't know why they was getting him pushback. I mean, she's a minor. Why, like, at least one adult, one of her parents could come. Like, come on. Anyway, 'cause that just kind of pissed me off a little bit. So they went on tour, and they opened for NSYNC at one point. So yeah, so this is around the time NSYNC was popping too. So they had they tour. So they opened for NSYNC, and this was all due. They got this opportunity due to what's his name, Doug Brown and Johnny Wright. They was managing pop stars like Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, and NSYNC. So they was like managing at the time, basically pop group. So they was able to get that opportunity. And they became, I think, yeah, Johnny Wright and them, they became their manager, black manager as well. So they got opportunity to open for NSYNC at one point. And Natina, this is one that, as they was touring, this is like the next single was coming up, I Do, which is more poppy. I would say it was like more on an old school popish sound than 808. And Tina wrote the second single, "I Do," and I did not know that. Which pushed the album to the top 20 on the charts, which is cool. So I did not know Latina wrote "I Do." It's really a poppy song, so I never thought she wrote that. So that was cool to learn. Um, um, so they always get compared to, TLC. I mean, it's inevitable. I mean, Lisa is their mentor. Like, of course, they going the way the group is set up. Of course, they was gonna get compared to TLC, but they are different. They have their own sound, their own tune. Like, I mean, they kind of favorite, but it's cool because Lisa had a hand in it, so it's gonna be some similarities, but they really different as you really listen to their songs. Um, After the tour in Instinct tour in, Lisa had Blaque join TLC on tour. So they went from Instinct tour to TLC tour. So they were touring for TLC as an act. During the tour, the third single, "Bring It All to Me," came out. Was really It's really blew up their album to platinum. Um, it's two versions. It's the version with the ladies, and then it's the other version with JC from NSYNC. So I like both versions, but I really like the one with JC. So y'all know the song. Oh baby, bring it all to me. Yeah, that was a good bop. I mean, that still get played to this day on throwback radio stations. So yeah, it still get played. Um, it climbed the charts at number 5 on the pop charts. By 2000, the album went platinum. Um, and then came Trouble in Paradise. Okay, look, y'all, this was tea to me. When Shamari was 19, mind you, she's 19 and she has got secretly married. Okay, secretly married and became pregnant. Can y'all believe it? 19. I mean, your career kicking off. You got a platinum album, secretly married, and you became pregnant. Child. And then she had a dilemma of she's gonna choose a career or she's gonna choose to have this baby and trying to make this career work. So it's like a lot of pressure. Y'all know how it is with women in the music industry. They feel like you cannot get married and have a create a family while trying to pursue your career. But it's different now. It's more common now than it was back in the day. Because back in the day, they like you only could just do one thing. Like you can't like multitask. So yeah, she got pregnant. She felt the pressure from her peers and people in their camp about you know aborted. And the only person who had her back in it, who was happy, genuinely, was Lisa Left Eye. She supported her through and through, and she said she should have it, and she still can, do her music. So I guess the pressure got to her with the other people in her ear, and she aborted it. And shortly after, her marriage ended to that guy. And she said it was like one of her regrets um, of doing that. So that was one of her biggest regrets, and she wished she would have listened to Lisa. So yeah, so I was like, "Ooh, child, your career just started," but it was different. It's like it's common now because you know you got the Cardi B's and who else? And Nicki Minaj's. They still it's so different now. Back then, it was like a curse. Felt like for a woman to get pregnant and lose her career or pursue it. It just not in the music industry, in the acting world as well. Because I remember Countess Vaughn saying how she got pregnant when she first got the Parkers, and then she had to make a decision. It was it's a lot. So it's like, damn, can't start a family and work your career. So yeah, so uh let's see. Minute. Uh, bear with me. Okay, so okay, at one point, okay, after that was that pause. This is around the time where this is around the time where Bring It On came out. You know the movie. It did like $90 million in the box office or what have you worldwide. And yeah, so this is when Brandy and Latina got into a huge fight in the hotel room doing the filming of Bring It On. So um that happened. Um and they almost got kicked off the movie for the incident. I guess Brandy said that the Tina said something reckless out her mouth towards her and she couldn't take it no more because it's like each lady is like two against one. It's like different changes of two against one. One minute you might have, you know, Shamari and Brandy picking on Latina. It's like, and then they'll switch around. And I guess Brandy, she said she wasn't feeling it that day and she was tired of Latina ish. And they got into a huge fight in the hotel. And this is like during the time of them bringing on. They almost got kicked off the movie due to that. But luckily they didn't. So yeah, they said that was like I think that was like the first. They came to blows. Okay, came to blows. So that was like their first fight physically, and you know that kind of changed some things. I'm pretty sure they got their frustrations out after they ain't gonna fault. So there's that. And this is like, and then this is when the single "As If" came out, which blew up. Um, "As If" goes to the Bring It On soundtrack, so that blew up. It was a cute video of, you know, if you know "As If" from the Bring It On soundtrack, the video from Blaque, you know the video details of it. So it was a cute video. So "As If" blew up as a single for the soundtrack. Um, and then after that, after the Bring It On, grossing 90 million worldwide, so that was a good setup for them. And then they was able to headline a Nickelodeon tour, but Latina ass dropped out of the tour like a few weeks before they were supposed to start the tour. And she dropped out of the tour because she wanted to go to the studio and work on the second album right away. And they just left. She just left Brandy and Shamari on the tour. So Latina did not tour with them during the Nickelodeon tour. It was just Brandy and Shamari, and Shamari said she had to end up rapping the Tina part, so which she didn't mind doing. But yeah, it was just them two. I think sometime later, Blaque regrouped for the second album. They took more creative control for the second album, and they worked with Dallas Austin and to Salam Rami. They became executive producers on the album, so they took more control. And as they got ready to release their second album, Latina got pregnant by her boyfriend Corrupt, the rapper. Um, every time it's like this up and down. It's like every time something happens, or this is a success, and you about to do something else, boom, something else happens. So as they prepared to release that second album, Latina got pregnant, and Latina got into it with the manager Johnny Wright. They clashed, and then after the shoot of the video for the first single for the second album, Latina fired Johnny Wright. Latina fired Johnny Wright. Mind you, she did this firing without like talking to her group members. So Shamari and Brandy was looking like, what? They did not want to fire Johnny, especially Brandy. She stated it in the song that she did not want to fire Johnny Wright. So then Latina, I guess her ego, she went to Tommy Mottola, the one who gave them the deal, the record deal. She said, "You got to deal with me now," and the label after that had dropped them. So I'm like, "Oh my goodness, Latina, what are you doing, honey? This is like a power trip." It's like she did this and then did that. It's like, but I don't think Brandy and Shamari knew she did that to after the fact, and then they got dropped, and they get the short end of the stick because of Latina actions or what she did. So that was not cool, and I got irritated for them. Um, and this is like, and then this is when Lisa Left Eye had reached out to them and said she was gonna help them out, try to give them another record deal, or help them move along to the next stage of their music career. By this time, it was the tragic accident of the unaliving of Lisa, so they wasn't unable to get another deal because Lisa was gone due to the car accident. Unfortunately, she was unalive, so they took it hard. They really did. They took it hard, and yeah, they took it hard, and especially Latina, because Latina and Lisa, they kind of had like the same spirit as a person. So yeah, and they was like more close. So yeah, Latina really took it hard. Shamari took it hard. Brandy took it hard, and it's like that moment of time is also stalled them as a musical group as well. So yeah, they had to mourn Lisa. Um, I think sometimes some years when by after Lisa death, um, Latina Lisa no, it was Lisa death that brought them back together, but it was some time. Yeah, it was some time because at that time Latina was a mom. By then she was a mom, so she was I guess presenting herself different due to that as a person to the group or what have you. And yeah. Then Latina said she was gonna make it right for the group. Um, she went to New York, sat down with Sylvia Roni, what I can't pronounce the name right. Sylvia of Electric Records, and got a deal for them. I mean, she got a deal for them on the spot. So Sylvia said, "Yeah, you got the deal." And this is like when they get ready to do the third album. Um, they worked with Rodney Jerkins on this first single called "I'm Good." It was like a good. I liked that song. It's a good little bop. It was their first single off the third album, and they also made a video to go along with it. Um, and they have a different look. They look more mature and grown and sexy. And this versus compared to the other ones, it was like colorful, bubbly, futuristic. It was like now when the third album came, they became on their grown ish. So it was produced by Rodney Jerkins. It was called "I'm Good." Um, and this is when we first saw Natina wearing heels. I remember that video. I'm like, oh, I think that was the first time I ever saw her wearing heels. As I thought about it, as they said, I was like, huh. So they were like grown girl. I mean, she was a mom by then, well into her momhood. Um, yeah. So what'd you say, Kenny? How old are they at this point? I want to say in their early 20s at this point because this was after the third album was after when Lisa died, and Lisa passed on in 2002. So I want to say, was it like 2005, 2004 ish? I don't know. They was in their early 20s. I want to say. Yeah. So as they was trying to promote this single or get the word out that they working on the third album, um, they did a radio interview, y'all, and they was telling the people they working on the third album. And then the Tina as turned around and said that she's not gonna be working with Blaque much longer. She's going into ministry, which caught the ladies off guard. Like Natina, they was tired of Natina as because she's like hot and cold, up and down. Okay. Um, and they kicked her out the group. They gave her the boot. They kicked her ass out. Sorry. They said she had to go. Like you did something good, then you take 10 steps forward, then you take 20 steps back. It's like damn, like it went for losing. It's like, so why did you do this? Like it's like playing with somebody's emotions. Basically, like it was just I was like I did not know that happened. I did not know she did that. That was like I did not know that that went on in a group. Um, let's see. Here we need a couple of days. Um, ooh, they tried to the group broke up. They kicked Natina out, I should say, and they Shamari and Brandy tried to do the duo thing as a group, and they also at one point tried to bring in another group member, but it didn't work. So mainly it was doing duo, just two of them. At that time when that happened, when Latina got kicked out the group, Electra dropped them, so they was no longer under Electra no more. So, and they tried to do the independent thing. This is like I want to say 2005, so that's 2006. I don't know. It was around that time. It was early 2000s, still in the later half of it, I should say. Um, so Electra dropped them. So because they was not, I guess, a full package deal as when they signed on to Electra. So there's no Natina. And then y'all already having trouble within the group. So Electra dropped their ass, and I can't say I've been blaming. Um, by this time, Shamari went back to school. She got a degree in sociology. I did not know that. By that time, she was getting ready to marry Ronnie DeVoe from New Edition and Belle Biv DeVoe. You know Ronnie DeVoe. They got married in 2006. So yeah, she got married to him. She got her degree in sociology. Did not know nothing about the degree. I wonder has she ever used her degree. I always want to know that. Like, when somebody get a degree in something, how you use your degree for what you got it in. Um, at that time, Brandy moved back to Detroit. She had a short-lived marriage with some guy. She did some solo stuff. She did a record with Nelly Grills. I kind of forgot about that. Grills Nelly. I forgot that was her on the chorus and the hook or whatever you. Brandy. I think that was a good look for her as her group was fell apart at that time. That was like 2006, 2007. Yeah. So hey, VK, how are you? Yeah. So that was like I want to say 2006, 2007. I forgot what Nelly Grills came out. She did the chorus and the hook, and I kind of forgot about that until they mentioned it in this episode. So yeah, she did good on that. So I think that was like the only time I ever saw her outside her group doing something solo on the music tip. So yeah, at this time, Natina, she's well in her mommyhood with her son Trent. You know, she had a son with Corrupt, so she was busy, being a mom at that time when the group broke up. Well, she got kicked out the group the third time. Um, and then in 2012, they reconnected for a Left Eye tribute, which was cool. They reconnected as a group. I guess they talk. I mean, by this time they should, they mature well in adulthood at this time. So I guess they had a conversation about, reconnecting, trying to put out another. Thank you, Vacay. Jay. Um, yeah, so they try to reconnect, and then after that, they was talking about doing another project. But a couple of days after they reconnected, Natina was unalive due to a car accident at the age of 31. So that was her unfortunate demise. It was sad because they was about to work on something. They reconnected, talk stuff out, and about to do another one, a big one. And then a tragic accident happened of her in a car accident at the age of 31. She left her son behind, as well as her boyfriend, Corrupt. I don't know if they got married. I'm not sure. I thought they was married, so I'm not sure if they were married or not. Um, yeah, so at this time, that put the group back to where it was, broken. And Shamari said she was in a depression. You got Lisa who's gone, they mentor who's gone, and then this happened to Natina. And as they was about to reconnect and do another project, and yeah, she said she went to a deep depression for like 3 years. She was drinking and smoking. Ronnie said it was terrible. Her husband Ronnie DeVoe said she was heavily smoking and drinking. So he said it was hard to see her that way. And it was like also at that time it caused some tension within a marriage. So yeah, it was hard on Shamar. She took it hard. And then they went to a follow up of her son. He remembered his mom, Trent. He remembered his mom, how she was a loving mom, there for her. I mean, there for them, I should say. Him and his father corrupt. So she was a hands-on mom. She always put the faith in him, and stuff like that. And yeah, and he followed his mom's footsteps within the music, but he do positive, I guess, almost like spiritual music, uh, godly like music. So I was that was cool. They showed a little clip of him. I guess he in his video doing his music. So that was cool. And yeah, so he followed his mama's footsteps, and he looked like his mom. He favored his mom, so that's cool. Then we get to Brandy, a follow up with Brandy, like where she's at now. Before we get to Brandy, I want to piggyback on Shamari. Um, After she got out her depression, she did do some stuff like Real Housewives of Atlanta, so that was cool as well. So yeah, we know her from some people probably know her just from that, and she doing other stuff as well. And then she also had twins, the twin boys who look so much like both of them. They both got their mom and dad face. So yeah, she said after many times of trying to get pregnant, she thought she wouldn't be able to have any more kids after she aborted that first pregnancy. So after many times of trying, they finally got pregnant with twins, twin boys. So that was cool. And now we get to Brandy. Back to Brandy. At the time of they said at the time of the taping of the Unsung, she was engaged, planning a wedding. To they didn't give his name, so I don't know the guy, but he looked like a handsome guy. So she's planning a wedding. I don't know if they married yet at this time when the episode aired, but I know during the taping she was planning a wedding. So yeah, and she also has a cosmetic company called Be Polished, BEI Polish. I said I was gonna check it out. I ain't never heard of it. So yeah, it's like a nail polish brand, and she wanted to expand it into more other cosmetics. So yeah, and she said she also writing TV, films, and scripts. So yeah, so she's trying to get into that, and yeah, that's where she at right now in her career. So yeah, they they both are venturing into different things besides music, but they also come together for tours like spot dates or whatever, tour date, and they come together as a duo. They still perform together. They performed, I think last year, they showed a clip of them performing, which was cool. And yeah, so they still touring. They still get together and perform their classic hits. And yeah, so that was like the end of the Blaque Unsung. It was heavy. It was a lot of ups and downs. I was getting irritated just listening to it. Um, and it was a lot of tragedy happened of losing Lisa and Natina. Um, it was just sad, kind of losing them in the same way. It's kind of sad. So yeah, that was Unsung, Blaque Unsung. It was a good episode. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Let me know your thoughts on it. What you learned, what they didn't show that you know about the group, because it's been a while since I even watched it on song. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts on it. Down in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe, share it, and yeah, just go ahead and check it out on TVOne. So I was, I guess I will have to see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.